Sealer Star goes in. Hashtag Me Too is in as well. Ready and off and racing. Early Morning Dew a little bit slowly away, so too Racing Country in the 25% boost on darts profits at Unibet Handicap. Lawn Ranger looked like one of the early pace angles, and that's transpired in the early stages, is the leader in the dark blue and pink. Hashtag Me Too is racing there in second in the gold colours. Taking a bit of a hold, Arya is in third spot as they make their way past us. Also prominent is Where's Tom, and then Trojan Truth is racing in fifth there in the diamond. Starfighter for treble-seeking Murphy is up the inside there in the blue and yellow. Then Sealer Star and Torbolino. Early Morning Dew Racing Country is towards the rear of the field, so too Golden Dove, and right at the back of the field is Largo Bay. So they're making the turn at the bottom of the track. They're heading towards the final mile of the contest very shortly, and it's Lawn Ranger who's out in front and leads by about half a length. The Hashtag Me Too who's racing in second. Where's Tom in the two-tone green is in third spot, followed by Arya. Then Starfighter racing in fifth spot, followed then on the outside by Trojan Truth. Sealer Star taking a little bit of a hold. Then Torbolina, for whom there's been money in the latter stages. They're then followed by Racing Country, who's towards the rear of the field. Also towards the back, Early Morning Dew. Golden Dove is still towards the rear of the field as well, as they head off towards the final 6 furlongs. And right at the back of the field is Largo Bay. So they're heading towards the end of the back straight very shortly. And the two that have been out in front throughout continue to be so. Lawn Ranger and Hashtag Me Too, they've been travelling companions, followed then by Where's Tom up the inside, sheepskin noseband of Arya. Then Trojan Truth. Starfighter is cutting every corner under Murphy as they make the turn at the top of the track. So it's Lawn Ranger who's out in front and just about the leader to Hashtag Me Too in second. Then round the outside, Arya, followed then up the inner by Where's Tom. Then Starfighter, Trojan Truth being driven along. Then Sealer Star up the inside. The green sleeves of Torbolino trying to get a little bit closer. They're then followed up the inside by Racing Country. Then Early Morning Dew, Golden Dove, and Largo Bay's at the rear of the field. They've swung for home. Just over 2.5 furlongs left to go. Hashtag Me Too in the hands of Safi Osborne has now come through to lead. Lawn Ranger is hoisting the white flag in second. Where's Tom's got an out? Nothing much for Sealer Star there. Then over on the far side, Starfighter for treble-seeking Murphy. Golden Dove from the back, and down the centre of the track, Early Morning Dew as well. Hashtag Me Too. Where's Tom now sticking the neck out as well? Where's Tom? Hashtag Me Too. Golden Dove as well, racing up towards the line. Over on the far side, Where's Tom? Golden Dove on the near side. To the line they go. Golden Dove beginning to get up. Golden Dove has beaten Where's Tom. Then Early Morning Dew followed by Starfighter and Hashtag Me Too.
We should only won once before, 1 from 23 coming into this and 0 from 6 on the all-weather, but her consistency coming into this was admirable, and Golden Dove has repaid connections with Simon Earl and Darragh Keenan in the plate for a success in the finale over 1.5 miles. It was a really interesting race to watch, not least for the fact they went 2 by 2 up the back straight, and while the pace wasn't frenetic, it was at least honest enough, and Golden Dove has scored at 5-1 and got back to winning ways after arriving here in excellent heart. You wondered if her turn was coming. Look where she's come from as well. She's weaved her way through the field. She needs luck in running. That's happened a few times, and she doesn't always get the rub of the green. Darragh Keenan has ridden with ice in his veins. The confidence he showed. He got the gaps. Sealer Star did not. Tom Queally travelled in beautifully, and that shows how fine the margins were. Early Morning Dew has once again run a good race in defeat without quite managing to get there. Frustrating probably isn't quite the word for him. He's not doing a massive amount wrong, he's just not quite getting there. Where's Tom has run a cracker, looked like he'd taken it, but ultimately Golden Dove from stall 9 was able to get a pitch at the back, judge the pace nicely, did Darragh Keenan and Tom, and they end the card on a high.
Indeed, there was a cacophonous roar let loose from the larynx of George Baker as Golden Dove swept through the field there. Well done, George. Great selection.
Yeah, confident ride from Darragh Keenan. Early doors, they went a very sensible gallop. They went hard into the bend, and you can see William Carson from his inside draw on Lawn Ranger went hard enough. Safi Osborne's been able to go from a wide draw in 13, and they've got organised, and then going into the first point of the bend, they pulled the pace up, and it's just become a relatively steady gallop. But the pace picked up in plenty of time, and it meant that Golden Dove could be seen to best effect. And as we've seen with her, she travelled strongly, and Darragh Keenan didn't panic. He could have come outside with Jim Crowley, who went for that route and went through them and ended up getting a relatively smooth trip.
Well, I have to say, at this stage, you and I commented in the run that they weren't going a hard enough pace for the closers, but it did pick up, and as you say, in time for the ones in the back. I mean, look, Early Morning Dew and Golden Dove, a third last and second last at this point. They've had to make up a lot of ground.
They have, but the second's just behind the leader, so it would always ensure that the sort of best horse has been able to win, I think. Interestingly, watching Where's Tom in the yellow cap, travelled round really strongly, and as the race developed, hit a flat spot, and I feel that the Vise had a very positive effect because really knuckled down when needed under George Rook.
Well, he had to be rousted along from a very early stage, didn't he? So,
yeah, sure, he just lacked a little bit of application, but when George organised him, he went forward and found a good rhythm late on.
Yeah, he did, and I think Early Morning Dew probably doesn't help himself, does he, by starting slowly, because I wouldn't have thought Connections ideally want him to be in that position. I know he does come from the back and he is a closer, but I don't know if that's particularly by design.
Yeah, he's just awkward, isn't he? And you can see him there under Jim. He's got plenty of cover, but he's travelling very strongly, and you just feel that he'd be better if they went a real even gallop from the start, and it really suited the closer. But you see Jim there in the red sleeves. He comes out, and Darragh Keenan in the pink goes inside.
Yeah. It's a fantastic ride.
It was fantastic because you need a lot of luck that way, and nothing's really travelled in front of him, so he's able to keep switching right at the intersection, and a sort of scene becomes where Saffie Osborne's a marker on #MeToo, and Jim Crowley comes with one sort of steady run down the outside.
Yeah, he really wakes up Golden Dove, doesn't he, in the closing stages. She gets a lovely vein through, a lovely run through, and sees off Where's Tom. Another thrilling finish actually today at Kempton. Cheltenham and Kempton see some pretty exciting finishes. Let's have a look at the head on and have a look at Silla Star on the left, 3 from the left in the grey. Just gets checked there, George. Oh, and has a really nasty stumble as well.
Yeah, just clipped heels there, not good, and Tom did very well to stay on board. If you watch Darragh Keenan in the pink, he was very quick to put a stick through to his right hand when Golden Dove wanted to lug him behind #MeToo, and that was completely the winning of the race, to have that awareness that the horse was going to let him down at a key moment, and organised her very well.
I think there'll be a win to come from Where's Tom now he's got his application down. Let's have a look at Silla Star from the reverse angle, the scout angle. There on the right, 3 from the right in the red and grey. Yeah, just completely knocks his momentum, doesn't it? I mean, you're never going to have a chance when that kind of thing happens, and not much can be helped really with that, George. Just one of those things.
I think Where's Tom just drifted over half a horse width, and Tom just met it wrong and clipped that heel, and very lucky to stay up.
Well done, George Baker. Finished with a winner. Golden Dove, 5-1. Darragh Keenan, Simon Earl, Mrs. Moni Williams. Second was Where's Tom, 13-2. Third was Early Morning Dew, the 5-2 favourite. Ahead in the end, separated the winning 2. And the winning time, 2:34.72 for the final race on the card, 3.22 seconds above standard. That was, yeah, fairly quick on the context of the night's times.